Going on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, y'all see by the title and the thumbnail, we will be talking about what fashion influencers don't tell y'all before getting into fashion. So when it comes to fashion, we have fashion influencers all across the world, and I still feel like there's miscommunication and misinformation that they give y'all when it comes to getting into fashion. So I figured in today's video, we're gonna go and talk about things that fashion influencers don't tell y'all before getting into fashion. Before we get into the actual video, feel free to let me know what type of videos y'all would like me to bring to the channel in the comments down below, because I do enjoy when y'all suggest videos. But I don't want to talk y'all heads off too much longer, so we're finna go and hop straight into today's video. Alright, so the first thing I would like to go over in today's video is going to be fashion trends. Now, when you're following fashion trends, make sure you're buying into fashion trends because you actually like the trend and not because the trend is popular. Because nowadays, throughout fashion, we see fashion trends change interchangeably on a day-to-day basis. So today, something can be popular, and tomorrow, something can come in place of that trend that was popular yesterday and take place as the new popular trend. It happens every single day. We have new trends coming in and new trends coming out on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to fashion, a lot of people get stuck on following the best fashion trend or following the next fashion trend, and they basically base their whole wardrobe off of following fashion trends, and that's when no originality comes in. You don't know your identity. You just lose a lot of confidence when it comes to just strictly following fashion trends. So I'm not telling y'all not to go out there and follow fashion trends, because we obviously know fashion trends helps make up fashion. I honestly feel like fashion would not be fashion if it wasn't for fashion trends. So I'm not telling y'all not to follow fashion trends. I'm just telling y'all, before you get into fashion, if you decide to look into a popular fashion trend, make sure that you're looking into that trend because you actually like this piece, you actually like this piece of clothing, and make sure you're actually going to wear the clothing piece before you decide to buy into the trend. Now, I know I told y'all in previous videos to put clothes on the back end of your wardrobe and just let it sit there. You can also do that, but you should know that you're gonna wear this piece before you even purchase the piece. You may not have the exact way that you want to style this trend, this clothing piece, but you do have in your mind that this is something that you actually like, and this is something that you can actually really use to help elevate your style. Because that's what fashion is about. Fashion is about your personality. Fashion is about expressing yourself without saying a word, and it's hard for you to express yourself without saying a word if you're buying in the trends just because they're popular. So if you like a specific fashion trend that's coming up, or a specific fashion trend that is out right now, before you decide to buy into this trend, stop yourself and ask yourself these few questions. Is this something that I'm going to wear on a daily basis? Is this something that I can make unique and personal to my style? And how can I feel this around things that I'm already wearing? Like, say for instance, you come into fashion and you want to look into the jorts trend. We all know that jorts has been a very popular trend for the last couple years throughout the fashion scene. Say for instance, you're looking into buying into this trend. This is probably one of the first trends you actually into in your fashion journey. What you could do before you decide to buy into the trend, you could literally go on Instagram and TikTok and see how people perceive and wear their pair of jorts. And you can find different combinated ways to style the jorts and really look into the jorts and analyze and see, is this something that you really want to add into your style? Because not every fashion trend is gonna work for you. Just because a fashion trend works for somebody else doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. So you have to analyze this trend before you decide to purchase into this trend. I'm just putting y'all on game, and I'm just letting y'all know from experience. I done been through trends earlier in my style journey that I felt like were pretty popular trends, and I wanted to add them into my style because it was looking right on the people that I seen on social media. And then when I purchased into the trend before actually analyzing the trend, when I got the clothing pieces, I tried to put them together and they just didn't look right on my body, and the outfits that I was creating just didn't go with that specific trend. So you got to analyze this trend, and you have to basically have a mindset of how you want to style it and how you can actually fill this into your style. Once y'all decide to do that, when you're first getting into fashion, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's going to relieve you from a lot of stress. You're going to understand a lot more about fashion, and it's just going to make your fashion journey a lot easier. Alright, so the next thing I would like to go over in today's video is going to be, it's not about what you wear, it's about how you wear it. Now when it comes to fashion, I feel like everybody's mind is pretty much triggered and messed up when it comes to the clothing that you're wearing and the money that you are spending on the clothes that you wear. And I'm here to tell y'all how much you're spending on a piece of clothing does not correspond with how you dress. You can spend $10,000 on an outfit and your outfit can still be trash. It's not about what you spent, it's not about the brand, it's about how you put together outfits with the pieces that you are buying and how are you feeling things around your actual style. Because we all know Balenciaga is one of the biggest brands in the fashion scene right now, and they've been one of the biggest brands over the last few years. But we all know that Balenciaga got the Balenciaga Alaskan ski boot, the Balenciaga ski boots, and a lot of y'all favorite fashion influencers are actually out there wearing these two boots right now, and there's some cool boots. But just because they're wearing a boot does not mean they're fly, and just because it's Balenci does not mean they're fly. It's about how some of y'all fashion influencers are filling them boots into their style and they're revolving it around things that they are already wearing. All right, so to sum up what I was saying, I'm saying when it comes to fashion and buying clothing, the brands that you are looking into does not matter. It only matters how you're wearing the clothes, how you perceive these clothes, and how you're filling these clothes into your style around things that you are already wearing. That's the only stuff that actually matters. Now, I'm not telling y'all can't go out there and look into Balenciaga, look into Off-White, and look into all the designer brands. Y'all can obviously look through brands and find different things from each brand that you like. But before you decide to purchase into these pieces, make sure this is something that you can feel around your style. This is something that you can make personal to your style, and this is something that is very unique to your style. That's what's really going to help you make up your personal style and actually help your personal style start to elevate. Once you start asking yourself these specific questions before you decide to just buy in to things just because a brand made the piece, and figure out how you could actually put these pieces together with cool combinated outfits. And I'm telling you, it's gonna make the process a lot easier for you. It's gonna make it a lot less stress-free for you, and you're just gonna be enjoying fashion a lot more while you're trying to find yourself throughout your journey. So like I said, it's not about what you wear, it's not about how much you purchase something for it. It's about how you wear it, how you put it together, and how you're feeling around things that you are already wearing to help develop your personal style. All right, y'all, the next thing that I want to talk to is one of the biggest things I feel like a lot of y'all need to know before y'all get into fashion, and it is learn your measurements. A lot of fashion influencers are not telling y'all to learn your measurements before y'all decide to look into buying into clothes. Learning your measurements when it comes to clothing and fashion is very important. It shows you how the clothes perceive and how the clothes fit on your body, and you always want the right proper clothes for your body. You don't want to be stressing over clothing because you're not having the right fitted clothes for your body. So what I need y'all to do, I need y'all to go on Amazon, go on the internet, look for a tape measure that y'all can measure your body. You need to get your bottom half proportion, you need to get your top half proportion, and what makes up your bottom half and top half proportion is going to be your height, your weight, and your body type. You need them three measurements before you decide to get into fashion. And I feel like a lot of fashion influencers are not really telling y'all to get these measurements before y'all decide to buy into clothes. And once y'all get y'all measurements, y'all want to put these measurements in like your phone, you want to put it on a notebook, just anywhere that y'all can resonate back to these measurements. So every time y'all go shop for clothes, y'all know which proper clothes to fit on your body. Because when clothing brands drop clothing, they always put size charts on their website, so you can look at the size chart and you can see which size chart proceeds with your measurements. And it's going to be a lot with buying in, with helping you with saving money, because you're not going to be buying clothes that don't fit properly on your body. And a lot of y'all favorite fashion influencers are good at influencing y'all into buying things that is not for you. You might see them put on a certain amount of clothes and you might like how the clothes fit on their body and automatically think that you can go out there and buy the same clothes or similar clothes to them, and when the clothes come in, you decide to put outfits together and the clothes don't fit the same on your body, and you're starting questioning yourself like, why these clothes don't look good on me but they look good on them, and they look good on your favorite fashion influencer because these are the right proper clothes for them. They got the right proper clothes for their measurements, and you don't have the right proper clothes for your measurements. So before y'all start looking into influence from different influencers and looking into buying different amounts of clothing, y'all need to get y'all measurements down. Y'all need to get your proportions down, because proportions makes up a fit. If your proportions is thrown off, your outfit is automatically trash. Now, I'm not saying proportions just automatically makes an outfit a good outfit, but proportions actually helps the outfit because it shows how the clothes are perceiving and how the clothes fit on your body. And once you have the best proper fitted clothes for you, nobody's gonna be able to tell you nothing. You just gonna be having the most effortless outfits, and I'm telling you, you're gonna be feeling a lot better in your clothes. You ain't gonna be stressing, and you're gonna be understanding the origins of the clothes that you're wearing. I'm just putting y'all on game. All right, y'all, now the next thing that I want to talk about is something that is very big, and I feel like a lot of people don't actually tell y'all about this, and it is buy clothes over time. Now, you want to buy your clothing pieces over time. You don't want to just be buying a big haul of clothes at one time, because one, you're spending countless amount of money on a bunch of clothes that you may end up not even wearing. But when you take your time and buy your pieces over time, the wardrobe that you desire will start to come together. You're gonna have a lot more clothes throughout your wardrobe that you're actually filling into your style and actually revolving around things that you are already wearing. Like a lot of y'all favorite fashion influencers are not telling y'all this. When they do their little clothing hauls, these are clothes that they have bought over time. They buy these clothing pieces over time, and then when they get the right amount of clothes that they feel like is good for them to sit down and film a video on their recent pickups, they make it seem like these clothing pieces has been recently bought when they could have had these pieces for over the last 3 months. It just has not showed y'all. So when it comes to fashion, the best thing for you to do to actually start developing a personal style that you actually desire in a wardrobe that you actually want is to buy your clothing pieces over time. Take your time with looking into different clothing pieces and really finding the origins behind certain pieces and actually figuring out if you could actually fill these pieces into your style, if you can make these pieces personal to your style, and how you can revolve them pieces around your style. It's gonna make the process a lot easier for y'all. It's gonna make it a lot less stress-free for y'all. Y'all gonna start to understand fashion a lot more, and I'm telling y'all this from experience. I was just like y'all back then in my early journey. I used to think buying a big haul of clothes is how I actually began to start dressing and putting together some cool combinated outfits, and that is not actually the way. Buying a big haul of clothes leads to you having a bunch of clothes throughout your wardrobe that you are not wearing, and your wardrobe is supposed to be built off of things that you are actually wearing throughout your style. Now, I'm not saying y'all not gonna have clothes in your wardrobe that you are not wearing, because you're obviously gonna have certain pieces in your wardrobe that you are not wearing, but majority of your wardrobe should be things that you could wear, things that you could really use to elevate your style, and things that you are really filling into your style around things that you are already wearing to create different cool combinated outfits. That's what your wardrobe and your style is supposed to be built off. It's not supposed to be built off of you just buying a bunch of clothes for no apparent reason and just having a bunch of clothes in your wardrobe that you do not want to wear, because that's where the stress comes from. You're gonna have anxiety. There's just a lot of different things that comes from having a full wardrobe of clothes that you don't wear, because you're just gonna have a full wardrobe of clothes, right? But you're just gonna feel like you don't have anything to wear. So when it comes to fashion and you looking into buying different clothing pieces and different gems, you want to buy your clothing pieces over time. At the end of the day, I'm telling y'all, it may take you a little bit longer to get your wardrobe to where you want it to be, but it's gonna be worth the wait. You'd rather wait and have a wardrobe that you actually enjoy instead of having a huge wardrobe full of clothes that you are not wearing. I'm just putting y'all on game. All right, So the next thing I would like to go over is another big tip throughout fashion that a lot of fashion influencers are not telling y'all. So before y'all get into fashion, y'all want to learn the differences between the two terms copying and inspiration, because when it comes to fashion, a lot of people get these two terms misconstrued and they think them copying somebody is them getting influenced, when you're really not getting influenced or inspired. You are copying somebody's style. Now, you don't want to be one of them people that look into fashion influencer styles and you're finding a lot of different things throughout their style that you like, and you're going and creating the same exact outfits and wearing the same exact clothing pieces that they are wearing. That is copying. You're not getting influenced or inspired by them. But what you could do is you can look into one of your favorite fashion influencer styles. You could take some elements that really stand out to you, and then you can go to another fashion influencer, take some key elements that stand out to you from their style, then go to another influencer and take key elements that stand out to you from their style. Then you bring these three key elements together that you took from each person's style, and you bring them together and start creating cool combinated outfits. It's gonna make your style a lot more versatile. It's gonna make your style a lot different, and your style is just not gonna look like you copied anybody's style, because you have three different styles into one. It's just gonna open a lot of different variety of ways for you to style clothing that you didn't even think in your mind, just by doing your research and taking key elements from three people's style instead of just looking into one person's style. Now, I have a whole video where I went in depth on both of them terms, on the differences between inspiration and copying. So I'm gonna either put it right there or I might put it at the end of this video. So if y'all really want to learn the differences between both of them terms before y'all get into fashion, feel free to go tap into that video after y'all finish watching this video. But I feel like a lot of influencers are not telling y'all that y'all need to learn the differences between inspiration and copying. A lot of influencers are too busy trying to influence y'all into purchasing things that y'all are not going to wear, and that's another way that inspiration and copying comes in, because they perceive to let y'all know about clothing items that may be not for you, and you may go and purchase the clothing pieces because you like how these clothes fit on their body. And I talked about that a little bit earlier in the video, but that's where inspiration and copying really comes in, when they influence y'all into buying things that y'all are not going to wear, because y'all tend to not know how to actually style these clothing pieces, how to actually fill these clothing pieces into your style. So you perceive to do the same exact things that they do, and you're creating outfits that look exactly like theirs. So before you get into fashion, you want to learn the differences between inspiration and copying. You don't want to be one of them people that is misconstrued in the terms, because I'm trying to tell y'all learn these two terms. It's gonna make your process a lot easier. It's gonna make it a lot less stress-free for you. You're gonna start to understand how to actually pull inspiration and influence from different influencers. You're gonna get to the point to where it's like you can really go to any influencer's style, look at different things throughout their style, pull the key elements throughout their style, and really mix and match it into your style to create some cool combinated versatile outfits. I'm just putting y'all on game. So before you get into fashion, learn the two terms copying and inspiration. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, y'all gonna understand fashion a lot more. Alright, y'all, so that indeed is gonna wrap up today's video. I hope this video entertained y'all. I hope this video informed y'all, and I hope this video just helped y'all with learning things that fashion influencers don't tell y'all before getting into fashion. Feel free to let me know what type of fashion content y'all would like me to bring to the channel, and I will have that thrift video coming up on the channel very soon for y'all, because y'all did indeed run up the last video. So I want to say I really do appreciate y'all for that. So since y'all ran that video up, I will be bringing that thrift video to the channel real soon. But like I said, that is gonna wrap up today's video. It's been your boy Ty, aka Ty Not Rich, and I'll catch y'all in my next video.